you doing?
Drinking whiskey. What's this look like? What is?
I don't want that to be. I don't want that.
What
I
am
don't,
I doing?
I don't want that to be the first sound I hear.
What am I doing?
You slurping.
Me
What the hell is
slurping.
wrong with you?
Me giving it to the
You've already.
the church wine sip.
So what do you? You've already poured. Am I behind?
Oh yeah. Well, I mean that's about 2 sips into a fresh pour, so I wouldn't say you're super behind, but there's no time like the present. Red wax on the neck. That can only be one thing. Maker's Mark. Ubiquitous. Eternal.
It is.
Little.
It could be two things.
Different. Newbern. Remember those ads?
Yeah, little, yellow, different.
Newbern. So you got Maker's Mark.
Fantastic. I've got Maker's Mark straight up. What do you have on the rocks?
Where do you rank Maker's Mark on? Let's call it. I feel like I'm talking about 80s thrash metal. The big four: Maker's, Jim Beam, Wild Turkey, Buffalo Trace. Where do you put Maker's in that?
If I see those four specific brands,
You got those 4 bottles. Someone says grab one to take home.
I'll take the Maker's.
Yeah, it's the prettiest.
It's
the prettiest.
It's not even the prettiest. I love the little bit of the sweetness. I love. I'm not the biggest Buffalo Trace fan. The turkey's good, but usually turkey takes me back to when we used to shoot turkey a lot. And man, I still have some anger issues with turkey.
I have.
I don't have the anger issues. I'm
Not
just,
with the brand.
I'm mad at the brand. Like the brand.
No.
Yeah.
Some of my favorite. And I'm gonna sound like such a bougie douche when I say this, but some of my favorite memories of drinking wild turkey are drinking wild turkey at Wild Turkey with Jimmy Russell, which is like wild to say, but we got that opportunity a few times. Like I'm lucky enough to say that like I got to go to a random lunch at an Italian restaurant in Newport, Kentucky with Jimmy Russell, and sit there and have lunch with dude.
Now see, mine's completely on the other end of the spectrum. Mine was, we got to the Woodford distillery with our tour guide and the representative from the alcohol company, from the brand, I guess the brand ambassador. And we were told, hey, you're not going to get the biggest taste of this, so I'm going to go ahead and grab us a bottle. And we sat out and brown bagged a bottle of Woodford Reserve from the gift shop until the tour started, sitting on the front porch in Cracker Barrel type rocking chairs.
Hey.
And it was a great memory. Like I see those chairs to this day. I think about having a bottle of Woodford Reserve inside the paper bag from the gift shop and drink. It's fantastic.
Such crazy memories of drinking at distilleries. By the way, I'm drinking Rebel 100
official bourbon of
RCR.
What is it?
I don't know. They didn't used to have that.
Remote control racing.
I guess so. RCR and they're talking about number. No, it's Kyle Busch, number 8. Something legit. It's Kyle Busch's little name and numbers on there. But so many memories.
Oh, it's Richard Childress Racing.
Richard Childress Racing? What's that?
Yeah, it's the team. Like there's
there's like the Wonder Bread team, and then there's like okay, so that's
Richard Childress,
Richard Childress Racing. Okay,
yep.
I guess that makes sense. I'm Mike.
I'm Brendon.
This is 2 dudes wearing hats. Thank you for tuning in. Making sure that you like, subscribe, follow, do all of the things. You can actually go to 2dwh.com. That'll take you right to the YouTube. That'll take you right to everything you need to get to. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that like. Do all the. Pretend this is like real YouTube, not two dudes just acting like idiots while drinking.
Hit that little bell notification, and you'll know when we go live.
Bing bing. But it makes me think. Now talking about these distillery trips, some of those random moments. One of the funniest ones, and you were there as well for this, was we're walking around Jim Beam. We're doing the normal tour. And here's the thing. And I say this not to sound arrogant. I say this to try to sound grateful. We got to go there a lot.
Yeah.
I've been to Jim Beam more times than I can count, and I never paid to get in once. And I was always there for work, and I always got trashed out of my mind, and I always had an amazing time. And I was shit. bunch of free shit. I've got so much Jim Beam swag in a closet. It's not even fucking funny. But we're walking around and we're kind of near the end of the tour, and then we go in the gift shop, and I think you come over and kind of give me the Iggy, and you say, "Hey, Fred's over there." What?
Fred? I don't know if I was at that one.
Fred, no, and Fred
no.
Be in the gift shop doing some random thing, like guru of Jim Beam, if you don't know what I'm talking about. But he was there randomly, signed. He was like, "I'll sign anything you guys buy." So of course, we immediately all bought a bunch of shit to be like, "Here, sign this about this." Which actually,
that's a great marketing plan right there. Hey, if you buy this, I'll sign it.
He said, "Mike, enjoy." Fred, no, he signed my bottle of Knob Creek. And then all those times, you'll do a tour, they'll be like, grab one item. And then you grab a jacket, you grab $100 jacket. And they're like, yeah, we don't care. So many of those moments.
Oh, I have a great Jim Beam jacket that I love to this day that came from a rep. Probably my favorite thing that actually came from, I didn't get it from the place, it actually was a rep. And I got it because technically I was third in line to get it, but 1 and 2 in line were much heavier set than me, and they didn't fit the jacket. So you're on mute. Nice try, though.
Was I 1 or 2?
No, it wasn't you. It was at a different bar. It was at a different bar. It was at it was at Gypsy's down the street.
I had a really good Jim Beam jacket that almost had like a hockey jersey material feel to it. Like it was heavy, double knit nylon. It was like a pullover that zipped up about like a quarter zip. It's fantastic, but almost kind of it had that same material, texture, and sheen.
Yeah,
that your jersey has. Who you got?
Who do I got? It's a Maxim Afinogenov Buffalo Sabres jersey.
There you go, Buffalo Sabres. Good team.
Yeah.
Right now we got Utah versus Columbus 2-2. Here's the problem. It's 2-2. Utah has 24 shots on goal.
And what's Utah's name?
Right now, just Utah Hockey Club.
Still Utah Hockey Club, from
what I understand, they're currently in the middle of voting between keeping Utah Hockey Club, the Yetis. I didn't hear this till tonight on the broadcast.
There's very few, but the Yetis are out.
No, Yetis are back in. Yetis, not Yeti. They can't be the Yeti. They could be they could be the.
I heard there was an issue with the branding because of the cooler company.
My understanding is their way around that is they're not Yetis. No, the logo's never gonna say Yetis. They're the Yetis or the Utah Yetis. You know what I mean? Kind of like the Who and the Guess Who. That's not a reference.
No, it's an okay reference, but
okay,
yeah.
Okay, but it's between that and I didn't hear this till tonight on the broadcast. The Outlaws.
Yeah, the Outlaws. I kind of like that.
It's got a nice wrestling chant. Utah Outlaws. Utah Outlaws. Think about that on the power play. The power play busts out. Utah Outlaws. Like you got the dudes.
Utah Yeti.
Utah Yetis. Yeah, but Utah Outlaws. It both ends on an ah. Utah Outlaw. It's got a nice.
Yeah, no, I like the Outlaws.
Utah Outlaws. It does feel a little bit like a video game team. It kind of sounds like Grand Theft Auto 6. Like the local team's gonna be like the Vice City Outlaws.
I feel like that happens with every time that there's an expansion team that we have been experiencing. I mean, remember when we had the Toronto Raptors?
Yeah, but we can't pretend that a lot of sports teams make sense.
Vancouver Grizzlies.
Like in 2025, you tell a kid, all right, you're 10 years old, you live in Cincinnati, here's the team we love, the Reds. The what? The Reds. The Red. Why are they the Red? The Red what? The Red Legs. The what? Why are there legs? Imagine trying to explain some of these different, like the Mets. Like the Mets, like
Metropolitans,
right? That, but you have you don't hear it and go. It explains itself. It's not like the Chicago Bears.
There's no Bears in Chicago.
Bengals, but you can visualize it. You think of a bear.
Yeah, I
Reds.
Guess so.
Reds. If I told you this team was the Reds, you're gonna ask, are they from Russia?
Sponsored by Tampax. The Cincinnati Reds. God.
We went in two completely different directions. I went 1980s political, and he just went dirty.
It's not dirty. It's a natural thing that occurs once
It's
a
not something
month.
that two dudes should talk about on the internet. We are not qualified to even like
No
open
idea.
this book of conversation. Oh, I don't even know.
I heard there's a rag involved. I don't know. Anyway, I'm
I heard it's
sorry.
all a myth. Anyway, moving on. Um,
We're gonna get
so
canceled somehow.
we're
I don't know
gonna
how it's gonna
get.
happen, but it's gonna happen.
Uh, so we just got together recently.
We did.
We watched some professional wrestling. This past
Royal
weekend was the
Rumble.
Royal Rumble. From what they said, like the 34th Royal Rumble or something to that effect. Like they've done quite a few.
There's.
You muted yourself.
I was muting myself to try and ask Google something, but I'm not gonna try and pull that off now.
No, don't do that. But we watched the Royal Rumble. And we had a bunch of people over to watch said Royal Rumble. It was a
1988
pretty
was
big
the
affair.
first.
We all had food. We had a good time.
Taco bar.
Taco bar.
And you did a delicious chicken.
My wife did a delicious chicken.
Your wife did a delicious chicken.
She put some chicken. I think she does chicken breasts for this because like she adds enough stuff into it to keep it from dry. Because chicken breast can be normally drier. Normally in like a chicken crock pot dish, we'd use thighs. We use breasts for this because they're a little bit. You get more meat for your money with a chicken breast. And honestly, I don't want to give it all away, but it's spices, a specific salsa, and some beer and some other stuff. And it just cooks all day, and it creates this like delicious, tasty chicken.
Yeah, I when I tasted it, I was like, "There's some alcohol in here of some sort."
A little bit of beer. A little bit of beer in there.
Can I ask what beer you used?
Coors Light or Miller Lite.
Okay.
One of the two. One of the two. Just for some reason, every once in a while,
I didn't know if
end up
you
with an
used like
abundance of light beer.
I didn't know if because it was tacos, you did like a Modelo or a Corona or a
if I would
actual cerveza.
If I would have thought enough ahead about it, we probably could have ran and stopped and got one. But there's always a random assortment of really like super light beer. Like I don't buy it. I've never ever bought these. But there's right now there's a case of Coors in my garage. There's about half a pack of Miller Lite in my garage. I bought neither of them. One of them was a gift from my father-in-law. The other was just left here by somebody during a party. So you can always kind of guess if because I'm not going to buy it. I buy IPAs, stout beers, ales. Like I kind of bounce all over the place with what I'm putting in the fridge. I wouldn't even say I nail down to one specific style. But you're always going to find like a super light beer. And if not, there's usually a Corona, but we just didn't have one this time. We usually have something like that. Cause I like to put Corona. I'll make a margarita and just
stick a Corona in it.
Stick a whole, you want
not even a mini Corona, a big one.
If they do the mini, sometimes I buy the minis. And if that's what they serve is the mini, but if you bring me out the big motherfucker with the whole beer in it, you're my best friend. With the whole bottle. Come on now. Where I could just pull it up a little bit and just see all the beer go in the bottom and like, yeah, now I just get to drink a bunch of beer.
We have our fact checker.
Fantastic.
Here. How many rumbles do you think?
I said 38. So I said 35. No, I think I might have said 35.
Bob says it's 38. We're going to trust that.
Either way, it's been a lot of Royal Rumbles, and this one was
my favorite event.
It's WrestleMania is a fun event to watch, but the Royal Rumble is my favorite one of the year.
Yeah.
The idea of who's going to come back, who's going to come out, who's going to debut, who's going to throw who out, there's so many questions, and honestly, for having people over to watch it, it is the best option for
non-wrestling fans, or
you don't have to know shit. You don't have to know anything going in. Like, because the storylines don't matter. There's two matches that are going to kind of have a storyline, but they're going to be world title matches.
And WWE's video production rumbles. And the video production crew will catch you up on what's going on for those two matches.
It's cinema. The things that they'll produce to tell you the story of one or two people.
Yeah.
It's fantastic. So coming into the Rumble, what were your thoughts?
I was excited about it. I'll say I thought the men's rumble was going to be a lot better than it was. I don't 100%
agree.
I think the women's rumble was better. But man, for as many marquee names as there were in the men's rumble and the jacked field, I just think there was just something fun about the women's rumble. Uh,
It
it,
had more surprises. It had a better energy, and I think more people had moments. Maxine Dupree had a fucking amazing like 2 minutes in there where she like
her reverse
threw some
worm,
people out, got some reverse worm, did a bunch of cool moves, got the crowd fired up, and then got thrown out.
and then got thrown out. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
But
No,
like
that's what that's what you
she
gotta do.
came in and had a great moment. Jordan Grace
Jordan
making
Grace.
what I'm gonna assume is her first full time, like first appearance as a full WWE employee, not a TNA WWE kind of crossover
Yeah,
thing.
what's your opinion? Do you think she's going main roster or do you think she's going
Mm.
NXT?
If it was up to me, you go straight to the main roster. There's magic there. There's something that you can't NXT it like you like what the hell is she going to do in NXT? Beat everybody up for 7 months and then get moved up anyway, or do while she's new, while she's fresh, while she just debuted at the Rumble, do you put her on Monday Night Raw or SmackDown or something and say here's this new talent? Jade Cargill went straight to Raw. There is no
I'll
reason
say that
Jordan Grace can't do the same thing.
I'll say that I hope she does because I've been watching NXT again recently. I've got my ability to rewatch shows, and I've actually been giving all of wrestling a chance again.
Ooh, what does that mean?
I haven't watched a lot of things for a minute,
I was gonna.
but
It always sounded like you wrote something off, and then you're like, "I'm gonna
oh yeah,
give it a chance."
no.
I'm supposed to be the AEW hater in the room.
I'm 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 an AEW disappointed. But anyway, more importantly,
It was supposed to
NXT
be better than this. Anyway,
NXT has the best women's division.
okay. Yes, they have the best working women's division.
And I think it's oversaturated right now. And I think there's no reason
Yep.
to do move Jordan Grace in and have her. You've got too many people that you don't want crossing paths right now.
Go let her be a star in the main
Stephanie
roster.
Vacour came there, and they've got her going for the North American title. Julia came there, they've got the main title on her. They aren't crossing paths. Zaria there, I don't know what she's doing right now. Sol Ruka's going to go for some. They've got some great things, but they don't need to put another force in there. It's just going to destroy everything. Like,
I was gonna say she's just gonna beat everybody up. Why would you? Why would you? Because she's gonna come in, devalue everybody, make every other woman look not as good because she's not going to go in there and lose. And then she's going to move to the main roster.
that's what I'm saying is right now they have a few people there that person's not going to lose for a minute.
No,
And you can't have too many of
Who's
those.
the,
This
Jada
person's
Parker?
not going to lose there. Jada Parker's getting really good.
Fantastic.
I think she could.
Fantastic.
I think she might be one of those ones that comes up sooner rather than later,
Dude.
before she even gets like. She's just.
She reminds me of like a Steve Carino.
She was a soccer player. She
She's
was a professional
athletic,
soccer player.
but she's got attitude.
Yeah.
And she kind of has that gritty enough element. Like she's done the kendo sticks and the swinging and the weapons and
Yeah.
the hardcore matches and stuff like that. But that normally doesn't go over as well in WWE, but she did it well.
Yeah, yeah. No, she. I was surprised to see her in the Rumble, but I wouldn't be surprised to see her come up. They need to start clearing some room down there.
Yeah.
They have this fine line between some really, really good people and then some that really need to catch up.
What do you think Shawn Michaels like search history looks like?
For
See,
female
and,
wrestlers.
and I don't even mean that from like a gross. I don't even mean that in like a weird, creepy perspective. But like, is he like because he ever since he's been in charge of NXT, their talent has exploded on both sides, men and women. I mean, don't get me started on Ethan Page.
I almost feel like
Wow.
they're specifically got people scouting. Like, I mean,
Lexis King.
you know how Vacour came to be. I mean,
she had one match in AEW and did amazing, and then flipped over to WWE and was like,
"Go ahead and grab her."
Like her, and she said,
"Yeah." She was in CMLL at the time and had the title, and was it? She had the New Japan Strong title, or no? She went for the Strong title.
yeah, she went for the strong title, but she
Gotcha.
had the CMLL. She's the one who lost the CMLL title to Didn't they put it on Mercedes for a minute?
Ooh, that I don't know.
I don't know.
That I do not know.
Talk about a falling star.
But she's about to have the North American title, I have a feeling.
What is the one girl? Her name was like Zed or like
Zarina?
the
Zarya.
Zarya. Zed.
Zarya.
Zed's
Zed.
dead, baby. Who's
Zed.
Zed? Zed's dead, baby.
Zarya. She came
Zarya.
in. She was originally named Delta on the
That's what I was gonna say. It
Indies.
was Delta.
Rhea Ripley's been very excited to get her up here. She's one of her countrymen.
Why
And
couldn't they keep that name, Delta? That actually is not bad. Like it
think
kind of
about
feels
it.
like a
Probably
girl
for
of
this. Probably
Goldberg.
for the. Yeah, but I'm sure there's a company already out there that has the name Delta taken care of and locked
Oh
down.
yeah, there's probably you probably don't want to do that. That's like
Yeah,
what was the one? What was the trio with Paige and somebody else? Submission sorority, and then they found out it was like a porno site, and then they changed the name of the group.
I had no idea.
Paige had like a female like shield they were trying to put together.
I
I
had
think it
no
was
idea about that.
Paige. I think it was Paige, but it was like
That's
three
funny.
women called Submission Sorority. Hold on. I know I am not looking that up. I was gonna say, let me look up who's in Submission Sorority. I'm like, no, I'm not gonna do that on my phone. No, no, sir.
Okay, there you go.
No. So we watched both Rumbles. The men's was great. Was a little disappointing. It was great to see Jey Uso win. It was
Yeah.
great to see them actually give it to somebody who deserved it, like somebody who had organically gotten over. It would have been easy to give it to John Cena. It would have been easy to give it to CM Punk. It would have been easy to give it to any of
Roman
these guys,
Reigns.
Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, name a bunch of them. But Jey Uso has organically gotten bigger and bigger and bigger and
He's
bigger
so over.
on his own. And it's not even, it's through literally him just being this character, being himself and just
Right.
connecting with the crowd. Like the Yeet thing is insane.
It's
That
crazy to
is-
watch like the sea of people.
It's an Austin What level of like people get enjoyment out of it.
Yeah.
They're not just doing it because that's what you do. Like there's a difference between like there's the thing between like when people go woo and things like that, and then when people do the things they really love, like when
Everybody
people sing the
participates in his
Fandango
entrance.
song. People do it because they feel like that's
He
what
showed
they
up the
do.
other night.
He did, but people don't necessarily are passionate about singing the Fandango like da da. Like there's not passion with that. They're more just kind of doing it because it's what to do.
Yeah.
The Jey Uso Yeet, you see people getting into that shit. It's the same thing as the Cody Whoa. The whoa. Like,
Yeah.
you see people putting their whole heart and soul into that.
Yeah, the closest I remember
Whoa.
to it is when Balor would first do the arms up in the air, and the entire crowd would do it when the lights would come on. But yeah,
Man, talk about somebody. I wish they would figure out how to redo that with him. He's gone so far from like that character. Wrestling Talk this week on 2D Spring Hats. He's gone so far from that character that I don't think it's going to be
he's
really
far
hard
from
for
the
him
guy
to
who
just-
won the Universal title.
It's going to be hard
Yeah.
for him to just be like, the demon is back. Like
Yeah, it's
he's
not.
been a weird heel for like 3 years.
He's gonna need a really, really amazing face turn, and I mean, the way to do it is you turn him on Dom, because Dom is so hated. I would think.
You turn him on Dom, or you have all of them turn on him.
Yeah,
I think him getting beat up by the rest of the Judgment Day and getting kicked out.
Carlito still doesn't fit for me. He makes me laugh, but damn it, Carlito.
I still don't understand why he's there. I'm not even gonna go as far as say that he makes me laugh. Like he makes me
No, he
laugh as
does.
far as like why is he there?
His facial
But yeah,
reactions, he
why
makes
is
me
he
laugh.
there?
No, he gets me. But yeah, the men's was all right. Women's, I thought was far better. Even though I wasn't the biggest fan of Charlotte winning.
Why? God, I'm not necessarily even saying that to debate you because I do like the idea, but I am curious as to why. Like what bothers you about that?
I think it's the same reason why, like, I didn't want Cody to win the first year. Like, why did you make a big deal out of just this one person being in the Royal Rumble? Like, I don't like the I don't like the video package foreshadowing. Let her be a surprise entrant. Let her win. Don't give us the whole, oh, she's coming back. Oh, well, this seems, oh, she's getting a number in the high 20s. Oh, this is just seeming predictable. And like, it just,
I do think she should have went it. Like, I do think it would have been cool if she would have came in like first and then gone the distance. Because, like, yeah, when the Charlotte Flair comes in at like 24,
yeah,
like, okay,
she's probably going to win this thing.
Yeah, she's got a good chance.
Yeah. And I can't think off the top of my head anybody else I would want to win it right now. I mean, maybe Io again, maybe Bailey. I
If she wasn't champion, Tiffany
Stratton. Yeah,
I think she's
100%.
She's the best bet for who do you want threatening the women's champion? Who do you want being the person that the women's champion has to worry about? But I think I think that was a good choice for Charlotte Flair. Apparently, I saw something, and I'm not a wrestling like relationship guy. My wife is. My wife loves wrestling relationships. But apparently, her and Andrade are no longer together. But it seems to be cool, I guess, which is weird. Like, I don't know. It's just she's kind of turning more and more into Ric Flair all the time, which is great.
Yeah,
because that's going to be successful for her.
So they were getting ready to announce Offensive Player of the Year, and it looks like it's going to go to Saquon Barkley.
Good for Saquon Barkley.
Barkley.
Saquon. That's what I said.
Quan Barkley.
Wait, Quan Barkley?
You said Saquon Barkley. Never mind.
Good Lord.
It's a Bob and Tom joke.
But good job. Good job, Mr. Barkley. Dude had an amazing year. Dude went to a different team, went to the Eagles, and then popped off for like his best season ever.
Do you know the best thing he did though?
Help you win a bunch of fantasy games?
No. He made Madden and the people behind the game have to create a new move mid-season to put in the game because of his backwards hurdle. Do you remember the backwards hurdle?
The backwards hurdle was fantastic.
They put that into the game for him.
It was literally seeing a football player with no other option.
It was like
what
the
am I
Matrix.
gonna do? Fuck it. I gotta turn around and jump. I just gotta put this ass weight right in his face. That's it. That's all I can do right now. But guess what? Bam. And it worked.
It worked.
It worked. Congratulations, Saquon. Quan. Almost done on the whiskey. Think it might be time for a beer.
Yeah, I think I'm ready for a beer. I finished mine.
You finished yours?
Yes.
All right. What do you got this week?
Chico, California, my friend.
Chico, California,
and Mills River, North Carolina.
Sierra Nevada,
indeed.
Torpedo.
It is not Torpedo. We are going
Celebration.
Hop Tropical.
Hop Tropical.
Never had it. Was very curious about it. I've got my Cincinnati American Outlaws glass here.
There you go.
And yeah, I'm curious to pour this guy.
I've got the 50 West glass. This is one that I got at some bar that was doing their beer on draft, and every time you ordered a beer, you got to take the pint glass home with you. Some promo thing, you know how they do.
Yeah.
But beer wise, this is a brewery that I will 100% admit I used to be a hater of, but I have come around in the past couple of years. They've put a lot of really cool, interesting products out, and I will honestly say that this lines up with that. Rheingeist Mysticor. This is a hazy Imperial India Pale Ale at 9% ABV.
I will say I love the look of it. That's a very cool looking can.
The art in the can, very mystical, very magical. It's very fun. But this is an Imperial Hazy IPA, 9%.
Little mild grapefruit nose. Not a whole lot. A little bit.
Big pours, baby. Big pours. All right. We got that haze. We got that thick head. Cheers. Yours is very clear.
Very clear. And very crisp. Very clean on the palate. Definitely an IPA, but I wouldn't say the IBUs are that high. They can't be that high. They don't put that on the can, but
These IBUs are kind of high. It's not like battery acid high, like that side of
yeah,
your tongue tingle
right.
high, but it's good. It's definitely there. It's a little bit. I wouldn't say it was. It's juicy and citrusy without being sweet. There's nothing sweet about this palette at all from the juiciness. Sometimes with the juicy, like
Yeah, the
hazy.
juicy hazies.
I would say I even take the juicy off of it. It's literally just the haze without the juice. I think the cranked up ABV on this Mysticore, yeah, Mysticore. I think
What's
the
the
fact that
alcohol
it
percentage on
cranked
it?
9%.
Oh, it's 9. Whew.
So I think the crank to 9 has really taken the sweetness off of the haze, and
Yeah,
you really get like a smoother stank. Like
a
a smooth
smoother
stank.
stank.
That's a smooth stank. That's the episode title.
Indeed.
That's a smooth
Smooth
stank.
stank.
No, just smooth stank.
Smooth stank.
If I ever start another musical project, I'm gonna play a genre that I will dub smooth stank.
Do you
Yeah.
remember the name of the music in Star Wars?
Do I remember the name of the music in Star Wars?
It's a random trivia question. Bum 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 bum
It's
bum
it's the Max Rebo band. I know
Yeah,
the
but what is the
bands.
style of music? That's something for everybody to Google because it'll blow your mind.
Oh, like it's hold on. Now is it a real style that they're referencing, or is it a made up Star
It's a made up
Wars?
Star Wars name.
Oh, Targaryen.
It's called jizz music.
It's not called jizz music.
It's called jizz
There's
music.
there's no fucking way.
Type in jizz music.
I'm not gonna type in jizz music.
Type in
I'm gonna
jizz
ask,
music.
What is the music in Star Wars Cantina called? What? The band in the Mos Eisley Cantina is called Fiery Figron Dan and the Modal Nodes. They are a Bith band, B-I-T-H, playing in the genre known as jizz.
Jizz. J-I-Z-Z.
J-I-Z-Z. Jizz music is
Jizz
similar
music.
to our jazz music,
Yep.
as you would guess from the name. What is the start? They're called jizz whalers. Is the name of those type of musicians? They are jizz whalers. Jizz whalers. Hold on. What's the name of the song? Dune Sea Special. Jizz whalers. Bum, 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 bum.
Comeback player of the year, Joey B.
Wow. So Jizz Whalers playing jizz music.
Jizz music.
The Max Rebo band.
Max Rebo band.
Max Rebo
Yes.
band. Max Rebo band playing jizz music.
Good job, Joey B. Comeback player of the year.
Yes, Mr. Burrow. So we had the Royal Rumble last week, and we've got another big event coming up this week. It's the Super Bowl, baby.
Yeah, we're not allowed to say that. It's the big game.
Oh, that's right. It's a big game. It's the big game.
Yeah. You're not
Sorry.
allowed to say that.
Sorry, NFL. Sorry, Roger Goodell. Can I have my one? Let that be my one. Let me get my one. Sorry. The big game.
I really don't care that much. I always like the food better. I always like the commercials better. I don't know about the halftime show. I don't really care. It kind of depends. But this year I really don't care. I don't think I care. I'll wait and see the commercials maybe. I placed a bet. Bet365. Here's a free money hint for everybody out there. If you have Bet365, there's Super Boost of the weekend. They moved it from -100 to +100. Is Saquon Barkley to score a touchdown?
Oh.
You can put a $15 max on it.
Ooh.
So I went ahead and put a $15 max on Barkley to get one touchdown in the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I mean, I hate to say things are safe bets because that's not, and this is not betting advice. This is not gambling advice to anybody watching this now or in the future. But I would personally be comfortable doing that.
You know what a safer bet would be? Jalen Hurts. Because the tush push, the brotherly shove. They use it. I had him on my team as a quarterback this year, and I would guarantee the only one who might come close in rushing touchdowns might be because of the season Josh Allen had. I don't know. But every time the Eagles had a game, Jalen Hurts had a rushing touchdown, it felt like.
Well, that's always been his strong suit, and there's
Is
only
there a
about
better name than the brotherly shove?
it's a fantastic. I mean, I wish we had a play like that in Cincinnati. I
Right.
wish we had something called like like the chili bomb or something
The
like that. Or
chili bomb.
the three way stick or something like that. I wish, because like there's nothing worse
Then
than
getting a
watching your
three-way and
team.
a chili bomb.
Well, then watching your team play the Eagles, and then you're like,
You
and
know what's going to happen.
seeing them get to 1 yard.
Yep. It's
When
it's
they get
almost
to,
a guarantee.
like, you might as well just say, well, you got the first down. Like, just give it to them.
Yeah.
Like, no, and the thing is, no other team can do it.
In golf, that's called a tap in. I mean, it's
Every other team that tries it
every other.
fail. Even the Chiefs don't do it.
Yeah, they
And
don't. They don't
all
have the success.
stupid, silly gadget bullshit.
Yeah, they do a lot of bullshit.
Oh my god, they do all the like, I'm gonna pass it to you, and then you're gonna pass it to me, and then I'm gonna run over here, and I'm gonna backflip, like all that.
I want an
shit.
over under on how many times dipshit's gonna pump fake on the run.
As long as like he just keeps saying, he has the worst, like that worst throw call, like just that, like it just sounds like he's just going howdy, like howdy.
You sound you sound like a very angry junkyard dog.
That is 100% what he sounds like sometimes.
100%.
I'm just like listening to it, but
What's your favorite thing about the big game or big day? Do you like the commercials? Do you like the food? What do you?
I'm
what,
a huge fan of
what makes a Super Bowl party for you food wise? Like, what do you need?
Oh, so I'm big on a theme. So I don't necessarily want to say, because everyone, I mean, chicken wings are wonderful. I think chicken wings are my ultimate favorite, like during an event food. If I'm watching something or we're at something, I love me a chicken wing.
I'm gonna disagree.
I don't have to have it. I prefer, give me a solid theme of food. And I'm not saying it has to be like, oh, the food is blue. I'm just saying, like, give me, like, okay, we're doing like pizzas, we're doing tacos, we're doing like, let me know that I could just make a plate of this and just,
well, like this year,
look at
if
the
you had a
TV.
theme, you could go off of the two places. You could have Kansas City barbecue, and you could have Philly cheesesteaks.
See, now you're gonna make me fire up the smoker for the Super Bowl when I didn't plan on it, because that sounds amazing. Just firing up. I have a frozen barbecue meatloaf in my freezer right now.
Kansas City barbecue cheesesteaks. Combine it all into one.
You could smoke a gigantic ribeye and then slice it super thin.
Get those nice sub buns.
Get a griddle on the smoker, crank it up on the grill. Do that cheesesteak ass shit. Do that chuck. But I'm going to a hockey game this weekend, and one of the things about going to Columbus that I've loved and fell in love with is Warriors. Have I talked about Warriors?
What is Warriors?
It's a sandwich shop. You would love it. It's right next to the arena. It's across the street from Nationwide Arena. It's like a walk-up window, but then they also have it's like inside a business building.
Yeah.
And it's an old school sandwich place. Hold on.
Warriors, like Mario's mortal enemy.
Yes, it is. It's that same concept. It's called Warriors Beef and Pork. Hold on.
Warriors Beef and Pork.
Let me get this up here. So this is where my brain jumps to when you talk about stuff like that. Like this is Warriors.
Oh
Beef
wow!
and Pork.
Look at that.
That's a chicken cutlet sandwich. Let me show you this menu.
Good lord!
Look at some of this stuff. Now you talk about making cheesesteaks. Yeah, cheesecakes. But no, this is something now that every time my wife and I, every time we go to Columbus and we go to a hockey game, it's literally you walk out the front door with your sandwich or eating your sandwich, or when you're done eating your sandwich, you walk out the door, you walk to the curb, you walk across the street, you're at the front door of the arena.
See, that's got to be great business for them. I mean, that's one of those
insane.
places like Yeah, you got a great spot there.
But here,
All
this,
sandwiches are served on a semolina sesame
and
stick.
if you watch their social media, if you watch them on the internet and on like Instagram, they'll post, "Hey, we only have 100 sticks left. Once they're out of bread, they're done for the day."
No
There's been
shit.
days where they run out of bread, and that's it. No more sandwiches.
Wow.
We're done. This is what we got last time we went, and we're
Chicken
going back
cutlet.
on Sat. No, no, or no, I'm sorry, no, the chicken Caesar,
Oh, very
and we
nice.
got it crispy. It was crispy chicken. Literally, they stuff it full of a Caesar salad. They do like that Parmesan ginger soy glaze, and they do this thing called tomato butter. Imagine garlic butter, but instead of garlic in the butter, it's like tomato. And then they smear that all over the bread before they grill the bread. So it's got this like almost marinara bakedy kind of thing going on.
Hmm.
Look at this stuff. Look at this stuff, my dude. I'm trying to see if they have a picture of the chicken Caesar.
That all looks amazing. I'm telling you that right now. I'm already
Look at
kind of
these.
hungry.
Look at these cutlets.
That's beautiful.
There's something beautiful about like, oh, look at that
Mm,
egg. Look at that bacon, egg, and cheese.
nice.
There's something
Nice.
beautiful about a wonderful sandwich. Like you can have fancy, you can do the fancy steak, seafood, all that stuff's delicious. There's something beautiful about a really, really good made and well made fucking sandwich.
I love, you know what I hear, and I heard this from a friend of mine who lived in Philly. The closest you can truly get to a true Philly cheesesteak in this area is Jersey Mike's. And Jersey Mike's cheesesteak is what a friend of mine from Philly said is the closest that he's gotten
That's very interesting
consistency
to hear
wise.
because when you hear about Jersey Mike's, you think they're of them more as like a chain, more
I
as like kind of a
love
Subway alternative.
no, I would put them so far
I
above
must think
Subway.
differently. I must not have had a good experience then.
I put them so far above Subway. Now I don't know. I've never had. What's the one? What's the other one? I don't go to
Penn
that
Station.
place. No, Penn Station's my chicken
Penn Station.
teriyaki place.
I love me a Penn Station sandwich,
I get their chicken teriyaki because I think
but
Jersey Mike's has a better Philly than them.
but I'm telling you, man, I'm telling you, dude, the best sandwich you will have is Wario's.
I'll have to try it sometime. I'll have to try it sometime for sure. For sure. How's that beer?
Pretty good. So you've been playing Until Dawn, right?
Until Dawn, yeah. They're actually coming out with a movie, and I know they're
I've
doing a
never picked that
remake.
game up. It's one of those things that falls into that category. Looks amazing. I understand why people love it. Never gonna pick it up.
Yeah, it got a few jump scares out of me. I won't
Yeah.
lie. It got me. It's continuing to get me. I'm looking forward to playing more of it. It's made by Supermassive Games. Um, Jimmy John's was the one I was thinking about. Thank you, Bob. Um, I've never really had Jimmy John's, but I do love my Jersey Mike's. Anyway, Until Dawn, it's made by Supermassive Games. They did the Dark Pictures anthology and they've done The Quarry. So all of those that horror genre, this is their wheelhouse. They love to do these games with branching storylines and choose your own adventures. The movie is going to be coming out at some point, but I won't lie, it is a true 90s young people up at the snowy mountainside gore fest. There's a killer on the
I'd be into
loose.
this. I'd be into this.
I had to. I went. There was a scene that happened. You can watch it on playthrough number 2 of mine. It's pretty brutal. It is a gore fest. Remy Malik, you know the actor.
Yeah.
He died in that game because I chose. I didn't mean. I had to
Oh.
choose. All of a sudden, I walked into a room and two of my friends that had gone missing are there, chained up like this, and there is a huge saw blade in front of them on a train track type thing. And I had to pull the lever for which person lives and which person dies. And the blade took off, and I chose the wrong person, or I chose the one girl and let her live. And I didn't mean to do anything to, yeah, well, I feel bad, but Remy Malik got cut in half. And so, yeah, I've lost a character or two so far. The jump scares are coming. I hear there's a remake of it coming, and I hear it is going to come to Xbox. I would highly recommend it. If you're looking for something a little more peaceful, if you're looking for a TV show that you can control, or I would say more of a movie that you could control, because what I love about it is it has the same thing that the original Alan Wake had, and that is when you come back to the game after playing it and you start it back up, it says previously on Until Dawn, and it shows you a recap and the things that are going to come back
That's
in this
interesting.
episode.
That's
And
interesting
it shows you a
storytelling.
thing, and it really plays toward the things that are going to come up, like a real TV show. Reminds you of things that are going to come up and be important in this next episode in this playthrough. And
Yeah.
what else is fucked up about it is, in between every section, all of a sudden a therapist pops up on the screen. This dark storyteller. He's like, "Let's talk about what you've done in your little game, shall we?" And he goes through things that make you scared, things that, like, yeah. So there's a therapist. He's called the analyst that wants to break into the game every now and then and talk to you about the decisions you're making and
Two
find out
two
your opinion.
Jackets, Utah.
2-2 Jackets in
See,
Utah.
I would bow out of that game once it got into that. That would remind me that dives too much into like the eternal, what was it, Eternal Darkness on the GameCube, the game that would like. Do you ever remember that game? Did you ever hear about Eternal Darkness on GameCube?
I don't think so. I
It
remember
was the
Eternal
first
Champions on
attempt.
Sega Genesis.
That game was fantastic. I
Yes, it
love
was.
Eternal Champions.
Eternal
One day
Champions.
we'll talk about that. But Eternal Darkness on the Nintendo GameCube, it was a weird attempt at a meta game. It would do these weird things, like it had an ability where it would all of a sudden act like you'd be playing the game, and it would look like a fly would be on your screen, on your TV screen, and it would
What?
move around, and then all of a sudden it would change to a different game at a certain point. At another point, it would pretend to shut down and mess up your GameCube. It would play this video that would look like your GameCube messing up
That's
and like
what.
loading
Did you play the
all
first
this
Batman
shit.
Arkham Asylum?
I
Scarecrow
did.
did that. The Scarecrow did that where it made you think your game just reset and it goes through the beginning sequence again, but Scarecrow is now switched places with Batman. Like it's twist it really gives it this
I
horrible
don't remember
sound.
that part.
Oh man, it was fantastic. The stuff with Scarecrow was so good.
By the way, I looked up Jimmy John's while you were talking about it because I couldn't remember the last time I had it. And I totally remember they're the place that delivers. They're the sandwich delivery place. I've never eaten Jimmy John's by choice. I don't think I've ever eaten Jimmy John's that wasn't provided to me in a
You make
cardboard
that sound like
box.
it was torture.
No, but like I think every time I've ever eaten Jimmy John's, it was at an event or a work
Okay.
function or something where it was
Yeah.
like the little cardboard box and they're like, this is what we have today. Sometimes it happens in the bartending industry. You go to events like that. It happens sometimes in like corporate America where you go to like these conferences and things like that. And
Yeah.
they have we'll feed you Jimmy John's.
Yeah.
And like you'll get like you'll get a sandwich and a bag of chips and a pickle. And usually it's like either ham cheese, ham turkey and cheese, or ham roast beef and it's like ham and something, and a very simple sandwich. And now that I pulled it up and looked at it,
You're
I'm
disappointed.
gonna go on record as saying this.
Jersey
Jimmy
Mike's.
Jimmy John's looks like a 5-year-old drew food. Draw a picture of a sandwich. I'm gonna literally use a whiteout to draw the bread and make the palest, most unbaked looking bread possible. These tomatoes look like they were cut with a chainsaw. Okay, and then and the limpest lettuce you will ever see. I'm looking at pictures of these. Hold on. These are the saddest looking sandwiches. Hold on.
Oh no.
Look at this. That is the saddest looking sandwich. Look at that crap. Like, you're telling me that ain't made out of paper. You're telling me that ain't that you don't bite into that and taste nothing but air and mayonnaise.
Air and mayonnaise.
That's all you get from that. And they're so desperate they put a sandwich on a goddamn pickle.
Hey, that I've heard is a very good option. I know
It
people who do
sounds
it with.
delicious, but I doubt the Jimmy John's ingredients are the way to really make that pickle witch sing, my guy.
Yeah,
I
pickle
really
witch.
doubt that they've got it
Pickle
figured
witch.
out. Like, here's the thing: when you gotta like brand your own chips, when Lay's won't even mess with you. We don't want
Well, no,
Lay's
they
in the
just want their own pickle
chimichangas.
chips with their pickle sandwich.
No, all their chips, all
I
their
heard
chips,
some people do that with cucumber. I'm not a big fan of
regular
cucumber.
Jimmy chips. No, like they won't even Frito Lay won't even mess with these guys.
Okay, I got something that somebody probably wouldn't mess with for you.
What's that?
Miller High Life has a perfume.
What?
Have you heard about this? I've got it from
No,
today, and I've
no,
got it
you
from
just
Food
told
and
me.
Wine. Okay, I was just making sure. On December 3rd, Miller High Life launched Miller High Life Dive Bar Fume.
So hold on.
I'll give it to you again. Dive Bar Fume.
It's actually called Dive Bar Fume.
Yes, it's a perfume that takes all the flavors and aromas of the neighborhood dive bar. Let me find. Well, I need to continue reading.
If I want to do that, I would just burp into my hoodie. Are you kidding me? The smells of a dive bar?
Dreaming of bringing that comforting dive bar scent home with you, reads a description.
Smoke
High Life is bringing that dive bar scent you know and love to your home with High Life Dive Bar Fume, just in time for the holidays. Miller High Life says the fragrance blends the craft of perfumery with dive bar notes.
The dive bar is
What are dive bar notes?
First off, the dive bar is a dead concept. When a dive bar became,
People who take you to a dive bar, it's never a dive bar. It's fucking packed.
No.
It's not a dive.
If I can tap my credit card on a screen to pay for it, this
it's
is
not
not
a dive bar. Right.
If
right.
they do not only take cash, this is not a dive bar. The problem is when dive bar became like let's open a dive bar. You don't open a dive bar. Your dreams get crushed and your life turns to shit and your business becomes a dive bar. And then the flower grows out of the concrete, sir. That's when the magic happens. You don't go, I'm going to have a dive bar. No, you say, I'm going to have a bar. And
Would
then you
like
make a
to
lot
know
of
the
bad
dive bar
choices.
notes?
I would love to know how they describe Taco Bell and stale whiskey. Please tell me.
Miller High Life says the fragrance blends the craft of perfumery with dive bar notes, including cedarwood and patchouli, inspired by the wood of a bar top. I have not smelled a patchouli bar top.
Smell the bar top at your favorite bar. I dare you.
Yeah.
I dare you.
Tobacco and leather for the scent of your well-worn bar stools. Champaka blossom. A flowery scent the brand says is reminiscent of a bartender cracking open a Miller High Life.
What does Champaka blossom
smell like? It's not going to say a Miller High Life.
Champaka cream.
It smells like cream.
It smells like cream.
Oh, a dive bar smells like cream and patchouli and tobacco.
This isn't a dive bar. You made orgy perfume.
Yeah.
You made comfume.
The last one is sea salt for the basket of fries.
Oh, it's salty. Oh, it's salty, my dude. It is very salty. When your cream flour, your cream paca flour gets all up in your nose, it's gonna be. No, this is the problem. This is the problem. Like character isn't kitsch. You can't manufacture character. You and I have been to like some of those crazy bars in like Louisville that have been around for 100 years that are real dive bars.
Yeah.
Like we have them in Cincinnati and Northern Kentucky, like real dive bars.
There's one around here I can think of. I don't know if you'll know where I'm going with this, but they will cook you one of the best burgers in town behind the bar. It's on the hillside down there. And like one of their dessert items is frozen Snickers. They just thrown a candy bar in the fridge. Like yeah. And you don't get toppings. You want cheese or not cheese? Like that's your options. Like,
do you have a clip strip on the mirror of pretzels that I can
Yeah.
just go give me a bag of nondescript roll gold pretzels.
Oh, I want it to feel
That's a
like the golf
dive
course.
bar.
Yeah, right.
That's a dive bar. A dive bar doesn't have glassware. Not the good plastic cups either. I'm talking the shitty frosted, like kind of almost too small plastic cups. That's a dive bar. That's a dive bar. Is the ice machine touchable by the public? That's how you know it's a real dive bar. When the bartender has to go out from behind the bar and among the customers to open the ice bin. Those are real dive bars. That's the thing. I went off on a whole rant.
No, you're good. 100%. I just found another article about it from Food and Wine where they really were trying to
Please.
sell it to them. Oh, no, there's not much more. I just talking about how the scent was available starting Wednesday, December 4th. This is a little bit old now, but something for the holidays, but it was called a quote transformative blend.
That's
Every
one way to put it.
every spritz takes you back to that well-loved bar top. What does that mean?
You know what else is a transformative blend?
Okay, wait. It just says the sea salt was to represent the basket of fries. Some dive bars don't really have a basket of fries. I don't know too many.
You don't
have
go to a dive bar
You don't get
anticipating
side
food.
items.
You're lucky if you do.
Yeah, that
You're
place.
lucky if your dive bar serves food.
Yeah,
You're
the place
very
that I
lucky.
mentioned with the burgers, it's very lucky they have burgers, but it's become their little niche thing.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
anyway, that's Barfume, and I thought you would get a kick out of that. That's my favorite story from this week that I
Orgy
found.
cologne.
It's a little late, but yeah,
Orgy
Orgy Cologne.
cologne. Orgy cologne. Let me spray this on before I jump in this like wet, oily pit of
This
humans.
this smells like patchouli, leather, and sea salt.
Mm,
And
I want to smell desperate tonight.
it smells like jizz music.
Smells like jizz music at the dive bar with a burger from behind the jizz bar. Um, I think it's time to do a shot. We've taken this down the worst path. Um, I got three things for you to pick from, buddy.
I've only got one left, and I know what it is. It's going to be terrible. I'm not excited. I've got a
First off,
Mountain Dew here in
be a little
preparation.
snippy of this Rebel before we do that, just because this was really good. This is really good.
Rebel.
Mm-hmm.
Now, wasn't there a bourbon, if I'm not mistaken, that we had on our shelf?
Rebel Yell.
Rebel Yell.
Same thing. They took the Yell off the name. Same thing. Same company.
It is the same thing? Okay.
Same stuff. They just changed the brand and they took Yell.
I love the Billy Idol song. So
All right.
I unfortunately only have one of these little shot bottles left of the 99 hellish flavors.
I'm trying to hide it. I'm trying to hide the obvious one.
Well, one of them looks like Makers.
It's not. No. I wish it was.
Choose the one that is the more golden of the two caps. Yeah. Yep. What is it?
We're on the same train, sir.
You got a 99?
I got a 99.
I hate these things. They're so terrible.
I hate with them with love. 99, if you ever see this, hold on.
No, I mean, I the same thing. It's just I'm never at the end of the show. I'm never ready for 99 proof of sometimes not my favorite flavor.
Oh, it's Sazerac. Hi, Sazerac.
Today's one of my not my favorite flavors. What flavor do you get?
What's your not so favorite flavor before I reveal my weird one? Oh, 99 bananas. They actually call it a liqueur.
Bananas.
Sir, we're rocking with the metal today. So I got 99 gold.
What the fuck is gold?
99
it's like-
proof tequila with natural flavors.
What's the flavors?
I don't know. I found this and I said, I have to drink this on the internet.
Tequila with the flavor of tequila.
I hope the flavor is something crazy. I hope this is like guava vanilla.
It's not gonna be.
Jizz music.
It's not gonna be.
Tastes like jizz music.
Ew.
All right. So I have 99 gold.
I don't even want to smell it. It's gonna be fake
Fresh
banana. Oh,
Oh my lord.
it smells like the runts that nobody drinks. Yours is like gonna be dialed up tequila.
It smells like you ever smell like the shitty cruise ship tequila? like inclusive resort tequila where
No.
they water it down and it's got that weird aspartame taste to it.
Is it what we would have called margarita tequila?
100%.
Yeah.
But also, like, what's the ingredients here?
Oh, God.
They don't put the
Oh, it
ingredients.
smells like the handful of runts, and so you've always got the banana left.
So this
nobody
is
wants the banana.
Imported from Mexico and bottled by Polynesian Products Co., Louisville, Kentucky. Served chilled. This is not chilled. I'm already breaking the rules. I'm gonna regret this. Cheers.
Oh, I hate this. I've got a Mountain Dew to chase this in preparation.
99 bananas on go.
Oh. Oh, that's so terrible. You can't. Oh.
Oh, God.
There's nothing natural about that flavor. Fuck bananas.
Oh.
Fuck that song. Fuck BANANAS.
No, that's terrible.
How are you doing?
Not good. It tastes like it's all the like ester and essence and vapor of tequila.
Esther, that's the name of a 95-year-old woman.
Like the all, you know how tequila has all
tastes like Esther.
Like, you know how tequila has all those like vapors and kind of tingliness that gets into your face and your cheeks? It's like that tuned up to 100, but without flavor. It's vodka that feels like tequila, if that makes sense.
It's a lot of alcohol. You're getting the alcohol of the alcohol.
I feel like they took tequila and they just kicked it up with Everclear.
With rubbing alcohol. With
no, it seriously feels like they just kicked tequila up. I think the natural flavors is probably diluted Everclear. They're calling they're calling it grain spirit.
We need to cut this shit so it goes up to 99 proof.
Exactly. Like, how do you get tequila to 99 proof?
Yeah, you cut it with shit like that.
Right. Like, you took tequila and you mixed it with Everclear. Great.
Oh,
thanks a lot, guys.
If you hate banana runts, that's all my mouth tastes like right now. It's terrible. They're horrible.
Who tasted the flavor that they put in the banana runt before they put it in the banana runt and said, that's banana?
Yeah, that's a great idea.
Who did that?
There's certain flavors you can't fake real well. And I know it from the bar business especially. That's why you don't see a lot of naturally flavored banana drinks and stuff like that. Strawberry is a pain in the ass to try and naturally recreate.
No. Strawberry always tastes like strawberry candy or strawberry like cake. You can never get just that straight.
Right.
Unless you, to make like a strawberry syrup with strawberries.
Yeah.
Dude, you got to use a lot of fucking strawberries to get a concentrated enough flavor. Now you can use it as a blender.
Terrible.
I love a strawberry basil combo. Like if you do a strawberry basil or like a strawberry rhubarb or a strawberry mint, that always seems to kick the notch on strawberry flavor up a ton. So you could do like natural strawberry with mint in it. That's going to come across clean as fuck.
Make a strawberry mojito.
Syrup,
delicious.
it just tastes like candy.
Yeah.
Not in a good way.
Oh. So what are we doing from here?
So I think we're going to jump off here. People of the internet, make sure you like, subscribe, hit that button. Follow us at Two Dudes Wearing Hats on Instagram. Go to 2dwh.com to go directly to the YouTube channel. Subscribe. Tell your friends. You know, not enough people on the internet say that. Tell your friends. Message 3 people after the show. 3 people after the show. And tell them, hey, you know what?
It's a pyramid scheme.
There's 2 dudes wearing hats on the internet. Just leave it at that. Don't say anything else.
There's only 2.
Hey, there's 2 dudes there's 2 dudes wearing hats on the internet.
We should drink with them some Thursday because there's nothing else really on TV on Thursdays. So drink with us on Thursdays. Do that. Get yourself one whiskey,
TV that you party with.
1 beer and 1 shot set up and drink along.
Weren't you singing that? 1 beer. Weren't you singing that?
Yeah, kind of. I forgot it. Yeah.
1 shot. 1 beer. We're gonna get out of here. Make sure you guys like, subscribe.
Like, subscribe, hit the little bell for notifications. That way you get notifications when we go live. We're going live with games. He's going live on Magic. I'm going live on gory stuff.
Ooh. I've been playing a lot of Magic the Gathering lately.
A lot of Magic.
A lot.
You have too many cards. We'll talk about that next week.